Alrighty, good morning traders and happy Friday, and of course happy Preachy Friday. As we go into Friday, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the markets, see exactly what happened this week. We had a lot of things happening. We got a lot of trading opportunities. We had a lot of fundamentals. Remember, we had the Aussie rate cut. Then we had the panic rate cut out of the US, 50 basis point. We had then the Canadians follow suit with another 50 basis point on them. And then, of course, we had the non-farm payroll coming out this morning. We're going to go ahead and take a look at all the details. We also had some Canadian data that came out this morning as well. We're also going to go ahead and review that. So we've got a couple of trades in. We're going to go ahead and review that and see what's going to be carried over. We did say that we're going to definitely close out the Aussie US dollar before non-farm payroll today. In fact, I let it ride over the overnight, and then this morning we actually got to our target and we were executed on the take profits. So we're out of the Aussie US dollar. That's the only trade I'm seeing right now that's being closed out. We're in mega trades on the euro, a lot of the euro crosses. We're going to look at exactly which ones they are. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what the technicals are reading, because really at the end of the day, traders, technicals are what's going to go ahead and guide us as to what we need to do and how we need to prepare ourselves for what's going to happen. So with that being said, let's go ahead and grab a cup of coffee. Hopefully everyone is ready to rock and roll this morning. We got a lot of traders in the house already. You can see it's the bus is loading up. Fantastic. Well, we're just about to get started. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on right now. I want to go ahead and flip over to the calendar and take a look at the calendar, see what's going on. And just a reminder to everyone, if this is the first time that you are joining the session, if this is the first time you join the session, just want to remind you that this session is built around what I do as a trader with a particular trading strategy. And everything that I talk about is what I'm doing, not necessarily what you have to do. And I'm not in no ways advocating you need to do what I'm doing. All right. But what I am saying is this is a trading strategy that I'm following. These are the rules that I'm doing, or these put together. And of course, this is how I'm managing my own trading account. Again, you're at your own risk. You do everything that you do is up to you. Everything that you follow or want to follow is up to you. Nothing is being pushed upon you. So with that being said, let's go back to what I'm going to go ahead and take a look at, and that is the fundamentals right here. All right. Now, the fundamentals. Let's take a look and see. And let's just go ahead and get the chat open here as well. And Karen, good morning to you. We got Carlos in the house. Good morning, Carlos. We got is that Meg? I think it's Maple. I can't read from this distance. We've got Jason in the house. We've got Mike. We've got Shane. And we've got another Michael in the house right here. Good morning, guys and ladies. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see what's going on this morning. And we're looking at the data out this week. Now, you can check the results here. You did see the cash rate out of Australia. There we see 25 basis point. I bet you the Aussies are thinking, darn it, man, I should have gone ahead and dropped another 25 basis point. I feel like I'm outside the group right now. You know, only dropped 25 basis point. Man, I should have waited. I should have just waited for the US to make their move. All right, and they're probably saying, damn you, US. You guys said that you weren't going to cut rates, or there was going to just be a 25 basis point cut. You fooled us. All right. So I'm going to expect some more cuts out of the Aussies coming very soon. We got the press conference, and of course the federal rates. They did go ahead and cut 25 basis point right here. So we've got a 25 basis point cut here, and then sorry, a 50 basis point cut there. We got GDP coming out for the Aussies. That's helped push and drive the momentum that we see when we saw when they did cut 25 basis point. We did see some positive news backing up their data. And then the OPEC meeting took place yesterday around oil, Brent oil, or Brent crude. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look over here. Here we have today's results. And today's results are non-farm payroll out in the US showed 273K. They were expecting 175. That was a positive move, but always coming back down to it's coming back down to the average earnings, right? The average hourly earnings That actually ticked up higher as expected. It was forecast at 0.3%, and it actually came out at 0.3%. So that was good. What is also good is that we see the unemployment rate. Unemployment rate has gone ahead and dropped down to 3.5%. So we're getting lower employment rates, we're getting higher jobs, and the average earning is ticking up, which means that professional people are taking on jobs that they're qualified to do and not just taking on any sort of work. So that shows some positive input there for the US. And so everything here seems positive, except, of course, the coronavirus, right? The coronavirus is what's pulling everything down. The data is reporting good. We're getting rate cuts to support the coronavirus because they're trying to stimulate the economy. GDP is showing at the moment right now for the Aussie showing good, but the Aussie, if you actually look at the coronavirus map of who's been affected in the world, you don't see anyone affected in Australia. So Australia's got zero infections, which is good. So which means that they're not really seeing any sort of toll on any sort of panic. And GDP showing right now quarter results are up. Now remember, these quarter results are just probably the last month of the coronavirus, which means that we're really going to see the overall effect in the world based on GDP coming out in the next quarter, right? Definitely going to see that happening. We may start seeing it in the monthly data as the monthly data gets reported. Now, I've been told, well, not been told, but the research that I've done on the coronavirus looks like we're going to be definitely heading into the summer. But as we head into the summer, then we are going to see some reduction in the actual virus, and things that towards the end of the summer seems that it would be fading away. So we're still in for the next few months of, and they said that we're probably going to see around about May the infection rate actually rise substantially in April, May. So we're not done yet. We're certainly not done yet. So that's still going to put some weight on, of course, the markets. We're going to see how the central banks are going to go ahead and support that and see where we're going to get to a level of stability on that. So with that being said, let's go ahead now and take a look at the technicals, right? Because the technicals is what's going to lead the market. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we got going here. This is what we got going open. So we do have some positions open right here, and the other positions are. I'm sitting still with 5 positions on the Euro and New Zealand dollar. And it looks like we picked up 6 positions now on the Euro Canadian. So Euro Canadian's got 6 positions open right there. Let's go take a look here at, let's see here. We've got 4 positions on the Euro US dollar now. So that's Euro US dollar. We've got, so I think got 3 major pairs that we need to focus on. Euro US dollar, Euro CAD, and actually maybe 4. Euro Aussie, and then Euro New Zealand dollar. All right, so those are the ones that are right there we need to pay attention to. So it definitely is a strong Euro rally that's taking place at the moment right now. Let's go ahead and jump into the first currency pair, and we said that was going to be Euro. Let's see here. Let's go to Euro. I'm going to go to Euro Aussie first. All right, there it is. Now, Euro Aussie has rallied up, but traders, if you look at this right here, would you say that we're still bullish on this, or would you say that although we're bullish, we're hitting resistance? Price is still hitting resistance. Price is still looking for a downside move. If I look at this right here and I look at the way the market rallied up right here, I'm not at any point right now thinking, I've got to think bullish right now. I'm still thinking right now that price is hitting resistance and that we're still going to see some sort of correction move. And there's 2 ways the market can correct, right? And we all know that. If we don't, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. Market can go ahead and do this and take a very shallow retracement, go back up, test the high right here at the top, and then go ahead and pull back into a deeper correction move. All right, this is called an irregular flat. An irregular flat is actually a false bull trap right here to get traders to believe that price is moving up. But all it's going to do is going to lock in traders, retail traders that are uneducated about the market. It's going to get them locked up into a buy here, and price is going to go ahead and dip back down. Great way the banks go ahead and suck you in before actually cutting your throats on that deal. Maybe I shouldn't get so violent on my descriptions, but you get the picture, right? All right. So now what we have to look at right here is if price doesn't take out the previous high right here, then what are we looking at then? Well, then we're looking at what we call a zigzag. It's a zigzag retracement, an ABC correction move in this big bullish move right here. And a correction move would look something like this, where price goes up, comes down, shallow retracement, goes up, tries to go ahead and take out the high, but fails to do so, then moves back into a deeper correction move. Those are the two ways price can correct, right? And so at the moment right now, despite the fact that we've got this big bullish candles going up right here, I'm still going to be a conservative buyer, right? Conservative buyer means that I'm actually thinking about selling. Now, to be honest with you, in our trading room, we apply a trend-based strategy. And if I look at the Euro Aussie dollar right here, this is the details around what we do here in the trading room. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. And you can see here, if I go to Euro Canadian dollar right here, actually it was Euro Aussie right here, notice what we said. We said that we're in a bullish channel. We said we're going to be selling resistance. And we're using an end zone trader, which is a trading strategy I use to apply trend-based approaches. This was applied, or at least updated yesterday. So if we remain, and look at the verbiage here. The verbiage here is trading towards support of the upward channel. All right. So off the upward channel is what we've acknowledged as resistance. And so now we're looking for some short-term bearish move. And I'm saying short-term because if we're in a bullish channel, then we're still expecting price to continue to rally over time, right? And all we're really expecting right here is price to go ahead and work his way back down to support, then go ahead and work his way back up. So long-term, we're rallying. Short-term, we're looking for a dip, all right? And so if we look at the kind of strategy I'm trading inside this trading room, I'm trading what we call a counter trading strategy. Because if you're looking at seeing that markets are moving north and I'm selling short, all right, that's because I'm trading more consolidated. In fact, let me educate you. If this is the first time you're in the room, I've mentioned this before. I'm going to go there and say this again. The market moves in three phases, all right? Yes, I know it works in these Elliott wave structures, but it moves in three phases. The three phases is contraction, then we go into expansion, then we go into trend, all right? So once we go into expansion, then we go into trend. So those are the three phases right here. So when we look at the market, I'm always looking at the market from those three phases. Are we in contraction? Are we in expansion? Are we in trendy? All right. And if I take a look at even within trends, like this is a big, large trend right here. So even within large trends, you can see here that the market moved into contraction, right? This is where we had some sideways ranging. Then it's broken out. This is an expansionary move. And I'm expecting price to come back down. This is my expansion level right here. All right, midpoint of that contraction level is my expansion level. I'm expecting price to come back down to retest that. And in fact, break through that and head south, giving us the second part of the expansion move. Then going ahead and retracing back up to go into a trend. So this will be contraction, this will be expansion, and this will be our trend going south. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be so huge, okay? These three phases doesn't necessarily have to have such big movements. It can be just a simple contraction, expansion, and then trend. Something like that. All right? And it can happen a lot. A lot of times it can happen with inside price action. So I'm going to continue to look to see price falling south. All right, I want to continue to bank on price holding at resistance and heading back down south. Now, listen here. I'm a technical trader, right? Let's just face that. I'm a technical trader. And so being a technical trader, if price goes through this level, then what do I look for? I look for the alternative. All right? I have to go ahead and look for the alternative. So whenever price goes ahead and does something different to what I'm seeing based on my technicals, I then look at the alternative. I make adjustments to adjust what the market conditions have now done to see whether or not my technical analysis still lines up with the market's reaction. What has my wife put inside this coffee this morning? Goodness. All right, you can see it's Friday. Struggling a little bit, right? So anyway, so that's what I'm looking for. Man. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with the rest of the pairs, right? So we are clear as to what we're going to be doing here on the Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie, remain still. Allow our strategy to play out. All right, be a little more patient. Key thing for me, money management. Am I good on money management? Am I comfortable where I'm at right here? And yes, I am. Based on this trading account, based on the risk that I want to apply, based on the risk tolerance that I want to take on this account in order to get the results I want to get, I'm comfortable where we are right now. Let's go ahead and move on. EuroCAD. Here's EuroCAD. EuroCAD is blowing out of this world. All right. All right, not quite. All right, so we did hold up. We spoke about this resistance yesterday. There it is there. Price has blown through that. Fantastic. Why? Because we've come up to that high right there. There's the high that we've seen as bull score at a point and now pull back. All right, so we thought price could hold up here. Certainly did not. Price is now at the next resistance level. Now we're expecting price to move back. So look here, EuroCAD. I believe we've got 6 positions in right now. Let's double check on that. Make absolutely sure. And here it is here. And EuroCAD, yep, 6 positions deep. So with 6 positions deep on this, what is our break-even point? Because as we go in higher, we're picking up more positions. Our break-even point on this one right here is 149.31. So 149.31. Let's go ahead and take a look here as we look at 149.31 would be right about here. All right, round about there. So when price comes back, gets down to this point right here, if we really feel uncomfortable about this position, we get an opportunity to get out. But price is going to come back to retest this trend line. All right, and then if it does, that trend line is around about 148. So that'll put us in about 131 times that by 6 positions. We're looking at, call it 800. It's a little lower than that, but let's call it 800 pips. We're looking at about an 800 pip opportunity down here. All right, we've got to wait for correction. Now, let me answer a question I'm sure you've got right now. Okay, how do we determine when to get out of a trade? Right? How do we determine when to get out of trade? If a trade has gone south on us, right? If we've gone into drawdowns on a particular trade and we're in 6 positions, what do we look at to get out of that trade? What are we focusing on to get out of that trade? Because if we look at the technicals right now on the EuroCAD, what are we seeing? We're seeing that the market could bring us down to our break-even point, but we're not in the business to make no money, all right? We're in the business to make money. And so we have to be real about what the market's really offering. Because if we're going to go ahead and expect more than what the market's offering us, then we're always going to be disappointed. And we don't want to be disappointed. We want to be happy, right? So what we want to do is we want to anticipate what price could do and the levels that price could move to. Then we have to go ahead and say, Well, if I'm at this level, what am I looking at from an overall performance on my trading account? Listen here, traders, remember something. We're entering multiple positions. The reason why we do that is because we want to diversify our risk across the board. So when price goes in one currency pair, when price goes to a certain level, and it's a break-even level, and we go, oh my gosh, I don't want to just break even on this trade. I don't want to just make no money. No, you've got to look at it from an overall perspective and say, what have I done overall on my account so far? What has the other trades done for me to support what I'm currently seeing now on this one particular trade? And if I'm doing well and I've performed well on the other pairs, then break even is not a bad deal. Because remember something, the reason why we entered in on that trade was to diversify from the other currency pairs. And if the other currency pairs are paying off, and this was offering us an opportunity to get the heck out of Dodge and break even, all right, when we know that our technical analysis says that we should be getting out of this trade because price may move further against us, then maybe we should just take that advice and say, yes, I'm going to get out of that trade. So when I look at this right here, and when I get to my break-even point, and if you're asking the question, Big Dog, what are you going to do at that level? Well, that will be dependent on where I'm at on my overall performance on my account. So keep that in mind and just write it down so you remember that when I ever look at a position, I do get out of break even, right? It's because I'm looking at the overall performance of the account. Nothing is really decided on just based on one currency pair, all right? It's got to be an overall performance. And that's the reason why we're entering multiple positions. Listen, if I was only trading the Euro CAD, that would be a different ball game altogether, all right? But because I'm trading multiple currency pairs, diversifying my risk, I'm looking at it from an overall perspective, making a decision on a currency pair based on those details. So keep that in mind, and that's how you really should look at trading in its entirety, right? Even though as a swing trader, don't look at swing trade. If you're going to cut your losses on a trade or cut your profits on a trade based on the fact that you don't expect price to move in a certain direction, you're really looking at that and saying to yourself, well, you know what? We're a team player, all right? And that currency pair that we trade right now, because we're not comfortable with it, we're deciding to cut our losses to save the team from going down. And that is your overall performance on your account, right? That's what it is. We're team players, right? And so if one teammate is not doing as well, we're pulling them, all right? And we're going to reposition them. That's what we're going to do. We're pulling and reposition, all right? We're not going to say fire, because we're not going to do that. We still need these players, but we're just going to reposition them in the organization. All right? All right. Hopefully that makes sense right there. So, yes, and Karen, very importantly, free up capital. Yes, absolutely. You got to keep freeing up capital, right? You always want to make sure that you're freeing up capital. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we're going here. All right, so on the Euro Canadian, very strong move at the moment right now, and that's great. I mean, that just is what it is. All right, we've got how many pips we've got going here? So far, price has moved almost 940 pips from the bottom. 940 pips. That's huge. Now listen here. 940 pips with no pullback. Look, this is a daily time frame. We did have a slight bit of retracement right here, not a whole bunch, and so we're waiting. All right, we're going to wait. Can the market move another 1,000 pips up? Well, if it does, then that means I'll be picking up another 6 positions. Oh, we've just picked up 7 right now. Check it out. All right, we just picked up 7. So we're now in on 7 positions on this pair right here. And this is the only one. I see the Euro's got 5 and the Euro New Zealand dollar. So it looks like we picked up another one on the Euro US dollar. Let's check out the Euro US dollar now. So there's no doubt that we're getting some big moves in the Euros. And let's go take a look at, look, I'm not surprised about the Euro US dollar. All right? The Euro US dollar rally right here, I am not surprised. Listen, we've been waiting for this breakout for years. All right? Since, no, I lied. It's not years, but it has been a long time, because I believe at the early parts of 2019, maybe end of 2018, we're already anticipating some sort of breakout. And so we've now just got the breakout. But again, traders, breakout, correction, rally. Any sort of correction we get on this, we're going to get the heck out of Dodge. Right? Just going to go ahead and pay attention to the market. Now look at this right here. On this, and this applies the same as we have on the Euro CAD. This is actually hasn't been that big. It looks much bigger deal, right? I mean, if you look at this right, you go, my gosh, this thing is being cruising, all right, at full speed. But if you look over here, everybody's 568 pips. That's not a big move. The Euro CAD's a big move, almost 1,000 pips. It's almost double what we're doing here on the Euro US dollar, right? But still, what we're looking for is correction. And what is our break-even point on this one right here? Break-even point on this is going to be 1233. 1233, and you know what? Let's do this. Let's pull up the Euro US dollar right here. All right, so there it is. We can take a look over here. There was one of our trades we took profit on. Let's see. Now we're in short. 5 position deep. We're only 100. Look here. We're only 110 pips down on this, right? Break-even point's 110 pips away. Let's go to the Euro. Euro CAD. Euro CAD. We are 226 pips away from a break-even. Listen, guys, it's not that bad. It's not that like, oh my gosh, we're so far away. You know, even though we've had 1,000 pip move, it's not that bad. All right, we're not in such a bad position at all. All right, in fact, now with this right here, you can see our break-even point be moved up to 49.72. All right, with our last entry point that's been picked up right now, our break-even point has moved up a little. Listen here, traders. You see where my profit taking level is down here? All right. My profit taking level right here. If price moves to that level, I'm going to pick up some great profit. In fact, I'm going to pick up 4,000 pips if I get to my my level down here. If I drop to my profit taking level right here, I'm picking up 4,000 pips. But I don't care about that profit taking right now. All I'm interested in is what price does when it comes back to test support. Same for the Euro US dollar right here. Nothing's changing. All right. Let's go take a look at the Euro US dollar. Aussie US dollar. So Aussie US dollar did pop up over here, but check out from a swing perspective, right? From a swing trading perspective, check what we're going to be doing on a swing trade. On a swing trade, we said stand aside. What are we doing? We're waiting for price to retest the resistance at 66.80. So we're actually waiting for price to come back to retest this level. And what are we going to do? We're going to start looking to sell. So we hung on to the Aussie US dollar, and we got out of this one right here. This is the this is what we generated. Hang on, where's that trade? Where is that trade? All the way on the top here? Oh, there it is. There it is there. So I actually let it ride all the way to its profit target right here, and we actually closed out. So we went ahead and closed out our trade, picked up a profit on this one. I'm going to go ahead and update the document. All right, let's go ahead and update. Let me just go ahead and take this right here, refresh it. And I believe we may have picked up what that closing trade did. There it is there. All right, so we picked up 192. So that's 292. 332.38. So 338. 338 is what we picked up on the Aussie US dollar. So let's go to Aussie US dollar right here. 338 is our profit taking right here. So we're done with that on that trade right there. It took us what? Let's see, a couple of weeks, right? Yeah, we picked up the trade last week, and we actually paid out this week. So it was probably a week trade. And let's take a look and see what else we've got going here. All right, so let's see Euro CAD. Euro CAD. Let's see if we picked up a trade on the Euro CAD this week. And oh, hang on, wait a minute. Let's do this. All right, so Euro CAD. It looks like we went into an overbought condition right here. And trader, I think this is something we also need to pay attention to. Take a look how the markets traded this week on the Euro CAD, right? On the Euro CAD, we only went into an overbought condition. Price only went overbought right now this Friday. In fact, if we take a look at the price right here, it looks like it may have come off this right here. Let me see here. 64, no, it was this one here. No, 69. It's this one right here. So at the end of this candle, right, at the end of that candle right here, price went into an overbought condition right here. And so that candle is, let's see here, that is the 5 o'clock in the morning candle. So this would have actually picked us up and put us into a trade. Now let's go ahead and take, let me go ahead and take the price that this would have entered us into. Make double sure of that. Is this the one? 71. Yeah, it's this one right here. So let's go take the price right here. And it looks like 51.64. So 51.64. I'm going to put this in. 51.64. All right, so why did I put that in? Because the reason why I put this in is because if you're trading for the first time this week, all right, if you're trading for the first time this week, this trade would have picked you up into a sell, right? You would have been picked up on a sell. So I'm going to mark it off because we're going to track this. Because who knows? Traders might be stuck in that position. Maybe that was the actual turning point for the position that we're currently in. All right. So we're going to go ahead and track that and monitor that. Yeah, we have a sell positioning, not on one, but on a couple right here that we've got to go ahead and pay attention to. Let's go to Euro New Zealand dollar right here. Take a look and see. Euro New Zealand dollar had a penny position as well. Let's see if we got in on this as well. All right, here is Euro New Zealand dollar, and you can see Euro New Zealand dollar just really sideways this week. You know, despite the big move that we've had in euro this week, if we look at Euro New Zealand dollar, Euro New Zealand dollar has just been sideways. All right, range bound most of the week. You know, so no positions on this. So this one right here, although we had a penny position, we didn't get a trade. No trade on this one. Still an unhit target, but it didn't offer an opportunity. All right. And then pound JPY. Pound JPY was also an opportunity this week. How did that play out? Let's take a look here. All right, we've got this. And as we take a look at this right here, we're sitting at, let's see here. All right, there it is. So the same thing on the pound JPY, just like, now I believe some traders may have got in on the pound JPY this week. I certainly did not. I'm not long on this, but we definitely went sideways on this too. So the pound JPY went sideways. Nothing really happening here either. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at, so we're going to go ahead and mark this off as no trade. No trade this week on this one right here. So the only one that's really picked up, oh, we've got a few here. Here's one. So we got Euro Pound, Euro US Dollar, and Euro Canadian Dollar. Those are new trading opportunities this week that's taken off. All right. Now, some of us have been carrying over trades from last week and the week after that, and that's fine. All right. We'll continue to monitor. Let's go ahead and take a look at. So now that we've got that all worked out, let's take a look and see right here on our positions that we have. We've got, we looked at, let's take a look at Euro New Zealand dollar. So I'm going to go to larger time frames and take a look right here. And I'm also going to go ahead and also open up this. I want to see Euro New Zealand dollar. What is our swing trade? Look at our swing trade. We said that we're going to sell at resistance right here. That was our game plan. We're looking to sell at resistance. So if that's the case, let me go to this right here and go to Euro New Zealand dollar. I want to look at the daily outlook. Listen here. Are we still at resistance? Come on. If you guys are traders and you trade trends and support and resistance and all the good stuff and channels, and this is still at resistance. Although we're in a bullish channel at the moment right now, all right, we're at the top of a channel line. We're at resistance. We're still flirting with this right here. And hey, who knows? Maybe this is actually that. This is actually consolidation right here. So we're looking at this and saying there's resistance. There was temporary resistance here. All right. That's now made it another part of resistance. So this place right here, where we're at right now, we're at solid resistance right here. All right, we're at solid resistance. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting price to come back down to the bottom of the range here. Now, let's see. I'm all for the fact that if price decides to break through this and go back to this area right here, then we'll probably be seeing stronger resistance there. All right, and that'll take us up maybe another 400 or 500 pips, and then we'll see price moving down. So if we do break through this, then we're in for a much longer ride. All right, but we're going to see what price does here. Now, how many pips am I away from a break even on this? Let's take a look here. I'm going to go to Euro New Zealand dollar, and I'm currently running 300 pips away. Now, listen here. You think 300 pips? What is the average true range on this particular pair? The weekly average true range is around about 274 pips. Listen here. So what does that mean? That means that the 300 pips that I'm down, we could get that back in just one trading week, right? We can get this in one trading week. So if we look at this right here, we know that, hey, down 300 pips, market really consolidated. And by the way, this is something we need to pay attention to. With price being consolidated, if we do see a breakout to the upside, what type of phase of the market is this going to move into? It's going to move into expansion phase. All right. So if we break out of contraction, we're going to have expansion. That's going to come back down. Then we're going to go up and we're going to go into trend. So we're going to do this type of market reaction. So traders, this could create a breakout, which is a false sense of security for those buyers in the market, bring price back down into the range, break out of the bottom of the range, come back to retest the range, then move into a trend. Contraction, expansion, and then trend. All right. So let's wait and see what happens. Now, because we are technical traders, we just need to be patient. All right. Let's just be patient. Allow the market to do what it needs to do. All right. So this is where we're at right here. So we're definitely carrying over. Let's see. All right. Friday is about decisions as to what we're going to be doing for the weekend. We're carrying over the Euro New Zealand dollar. We're carrying over the Euro Aussie. We're carrying over Euro CAD. We're holding on to US dollar Canadian. We're holding on to the Euro pound, and we're holding on to the Euro US dollar. Right? I've covered the major pairs that have 5, 4, and 7 positions in. All right. So we've covered that. We understand exactly how we're going to be able to hold on to those positions as we head to the weekend. And we're going to take a look and see what happens on Sunday, right? We're actually going to pay more attention to what happens on probably Tuesday, Wednesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday this week, we're going to go ahead, next week, we're going to go ahead and take a look at how these trades have corrected itself. There's going to be correction. I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be correction. We're just going to have to wait for it, all right? And it may take some time. Maybe it's going to take us the mid part of next week. Maybe we're going to go till the end of next week, all right, before we start seeing some sort of correction. But we're going to see some correction. When we do see some correction, we'll then pay attention to what we're going to do on those trades. All right, so that's my plan. That's what I'm going to be doing. So I want to enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the weekend too. Remember, traders, if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please go ahead and do so. Make sure that you like, comment, and share this video with other traders. We want to get everyone involved, get a big community, And if you have any questions for me, there is a community inside my YouTube channel. You can go ahead and post questions. I'll go ahead and address those questions in the community. Go ahead and make sure that you use that to communicate to me if you want to ask me any questions. All right, with that being said, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see everyone back again next week. This is Definitely Big Dog, signing off.